Hey all, welcome to Parker's Reefs. On today's episode, we're going to chat to a Western Australia coral collector and wholesaler, Reef Candy. Alright guys, thank you for joining me on another episode of Parker's Reefs, and I have just returned from Reef Stock in Sydney after heading down to my local airport, enjoying a short flight, and then of course I got the opportunity to catch up in person after a couple of years with so many of my reefing friends, including a number of you viewers out there. But I did also take the opportunity to grab a heap of content for this channel, and we're going to start that off this week with a fantastic interview with Jake Gill from Reef Candy. Now this guy is collecting some of the absolute juiciest corals on the planet, and it was a fantastic opportunity to put a mic on him and wave the camera in front of him and go through some of those corals in person. So I really hope you enjoy the footage. Let's roll it now. All right, I'm here with Jake from Reef Candy. It is the start of day two. Well, not quite the start. We're here very first thing in the morning, and I thought I'd mic this guy up, get him to take us through the corals he has here at the facility, because if you haven't heard of Reef Candy or you haven't seen their corals, you're going to be absolutely blown away. So let me introduce you to Jake. He's going to take us through some of the stuff he's got, and let's check it out.
Hey guys, how you going? Jake here from Reef Candy. We're a collector from Western Australia, operating for 6 years now, and yeah, we delve into a bit of everything, bit of wholesale to export, bit of wholesale to Aussie stores. And yeah, we've come down here to show the public our goods and give them a chance to buy directly from us. But, yeah.
Sensational. And I mean, Western Australia is such a unique reefing part of the world that pulls out some of the craziest corals that I'm not sure if all of the viewers know just some of these special corals that you guys get. So are you able to take us through some of these treasures and tell us about some of the specifics about them?
For sure. I honestly think WA corals are some of the toughest corals. The corals are subjected to warm temperatures, cold temperatures. You know, we've got variations of 6 degrees Celsius all in a day.
Wow.
You know, dirty water, clean water. So we fish basically in a big gulf for all these corals here. So yeah, it's always dirty. It's always, you know, 4 metre visibility when we're diving and stuff. But it's really that nutrients there that sort of, yeah, in the gulf just works, and you get good corals growing, and you can see the colours in here sort of thing. It's, you'd be surprised, like you'll get a colour variation, 1/2 metre difference of water, you know, just with that difference in turbidity. So
Definitely.
But yeah, button schollies, pretty renowned for. Lots of nice gonnies, you know, you got lots of yellow, pink petals on them, and
Definitely.
yellow eyes, and we almost have, you know, we could have 50 in a tank and every single one's unique.
Yeah. Looking through like down on the base of the tank and on the rack here, like there's just...
And you'd be surprised, these aren't actually on this frag rack here, they're not actually fragged up, it's actually how we collect them.
Yeah, right.
So we collect them so small, and we have a bit of a theory where we're not sure if the bigger they get, just the more the fish see them, maybe they eat them.
Yep.
Or just after a while they sort of might bleach out and they might come back, but usually when they come back, they'll come back as a green sort of thing, you know. So,
Right.
But keep them small like that, and you keep them in your aquariums, and that's the colour that they'll stay. So
Crazy
that's the cool
nice.
thing.
And I mean, how do you, as a diver, how do you go about collecting such small pieces out there? Like,
Yes.
how do you see them in the conditions out there?
We have this funny thing where, so sometimes we're in 1 metre visibility.
Yep.
And so I'll be on the bottom sort of just like going along. And at the end of the night, because you're sort of just going back and forth, you'll close your eyes and your eyes just do this rapid eye movement. It's really funny. But yeah, it's just really looking for small things, things that catch your eye sort of thing. But at least that's what they look like underwater. So it's not like you're looking for something brown or whatever. That's what they look like.
They actually look like under natural light as well, yeah.
They look a little bit nicer under LEDs,
of
but
course,
you
always
can
make
pick
the colours pop a bit more. But yeah, I'm always, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to snorkel. I can't do much more than snorkel, but I've snorkeled in some reefs to have a look, and I've been surprised at the difference sometimes of some of the corals, and I was fortunate enough to go out with a collector to have them point out some corals, and I'll be like, that's what you call this and that's what you call that, and I'm like, it looks different in the wild. So
yeah, well, we actually have to plug TikTok too. We're actually starting to put out some wild collection videos too, so if anyone wants to see sort of where the corals come from and what grounds they're collected in, we call it the Epic of Gill.
Yep.
So I'm Jake Gill. That's my last name, Epic of Gill, Story of Gill. We do diving. We're putting up videos, and just trying to showcase, where these corals come from, so you
Yeah.
guys kind of get an understanding. Like, oh, it's quite interesting. You think these beautiful coral reefs,
Yes.
but most of the time it's just barren lands, dirty,
It's
silty.
not quite as glamorous as that. Yeah, you're not just out there on
Literally.
some remote tropical island, just walking through the shallows, picking up a piece and sending it back to shops. It's a pretty
Exactly
serious business operation, and I have seen some of your content, and I highly recommend people jump on it because I've seen that you've ramped up the content lately, and
Trying to get a bit more into it. Yeah,
there's some crazy insights there to see just what goes into bringing these corals home. So that's awesome. Thank you for doing that, and I'll make sure I put some links for everyone to check them out. But that's some of those little baby gonies and these button scullies we talked about. But what about these wilsonis behind there? I know they're such a unique coral that they always blow my mind when I see them.
Bit of an unfortunate stigma behind the wilsonis because there's two different varieties. So we've got the tropicals that are up north, and they're actually a warm water species. So, and when I say WA corals are the toughest, like these guys can be in 18 degrees Celsius.
Wow.
Sorry for you Americans, you won't know. You'll have to convert your Fahrenheit.
I'll put the Fahrenheit on the screen, don't worry.
Yeah, so we've got 18 degrees and then all the way to 30 degrees, and that's within a year, So
Wow.
you get your temperates, which are down south, which are your ones that get a bad stigma because they bleach out.
Yes.
But these tropicals, they're so tough. You don't have to worry about them.
Yeah.
They're tougher than acans.
Yes. Yep.
So
And
frag
just
really well.
The colours, the growth patterns, just everything on the wilsonis are just absolutely ridiculous. And I was restricted by my luggage allowance this weekend, but I can tell you that when I've taken macro shots of these with the DSLR, it would make any computer's wallpaper so happy. The colours, the patterns, the ripples on them are just sensational.
For sure. It's like just a paintbrush has just been splashed over all of them, So
Exactly, yeah.
crazy.
So I'm a huge advocate for these wilsonis, and I think that every reef tank should have at least one or two of them because you're just not going to get those colours and patterns on almost anything else, and they're not expensive either. They're big pieces, they're a big showpiece, and they're quite affordable coral for the colours you get.
For sure. I know a lot of our American customers are starting to chop them up and really frag them up and create nice little colonies out of them. And it's the way to do it.
You touched on your American customers, obviously being a collector, and you do wholesale to Australian market, but also export overseas. What countries are you exporting to? Obviously America.
Yep. So pretty much all. The Europe's been hard because of the coral bans in there.
Yeah, of course.
But we got America. Not many Asian countries. So if there's any Asian countries out there that have got some stores that sort of wanting to import, that'd be great. But USA, we got LA. We're quite a small wholesaler, but we just got quality. That's it. We don't fill up our boxes with fillers. It's just all nice corals.
Hence the name Reef Candy. It's not filler. It's all candy. And you have a look at these tanks. This is only one of the 3 tanks you've got here. We'll have a look at the others in a second. And there's no shortage of candy in here at all. And you can have a look at some of these prices here. WA button scullies, standard 40 each, green 60 each, red 80 each, and then you can go ultra 130 each. This is Australian dollars, guys. So we're probably talking about 85 US at that sort of mark, and then master at 300. And have a look at the colours and variety of those guys there. And I know you actually have some more button scullies, and I'm doing this off camera, but I'll see if I can get my hand on there. I'm going to do the rabbit ears button scullies because there's some monsters over here that they're called button scullies, but let's have a look at them. They're just fluffed up in this tank here. Have a look at these monsters here. Absolutely gigantic, just fluffing into each other. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. Can you tell us about some of the stock you got in this tank? I see we've got some torch and hammers. And
these are one of our favourite hammers. So these are like a holy grail hammer. They're not coloured up, unfortunately. Our facility I don't have the staff at the moment to feed things, so we've tried to gather things for restock here, but unfortunately just didn't have the time to put into feeding them, and our lights are pretty standard and stuff, and they go crimson pink on the ends of them. The brightest green stems, and they're just a really nice hammer.
I can vouch for your Holy Grail hammers. I have one of them in my very own Dream Reef tank, and it is one of my favourites. It's these guys in this row here, absolutely stunning pieces. The contrast of colours, just not like anything else. And again, despite the name Holy Grail hammer, they're not expensive. They're for the
$400 for the big pieces. For
400 Australian for the big piece there. And we're talking retail here. We're at Reef Stock. That's for a showpiece hammer. That's change these days. That's amazing. And there's some pretty cool torches going on in here. We've got some crazy gold tip torches.
Yeah, some nice rust is these ones.
Yep.
Just some green tips and stuff. We had some nice blue tips on the first day. They've
Yep. All sold out.
hot cakes, and we've restocked to what we can. But the rusters are a staple for us. They're just a really nice torch, and
Definitely. Yeah, give that real nice contrast of colour. And we're talking like $50 a head there, which is very affordable indeed.
yeah. And then even our trackies don't get enough attention, unfortunately, because they're not an East Coast variety, but they're a very, very, very tough variety.
Yeah,
So,
nice.
you get some nice colours in there. They're not Queensland trackies, but yeah, they're priced accordingly.
I like the size of them. They're not a truckie that's going to fill up the entire section of your tank. You can have a little garden of these and get some real variety going on, and
Exactly
beautiful
right.
pieces. Let's see, we've got some Acans in there. We've got some Morgonis. What do we got down here? Some Acans down the front there. Beautiful. Even some Zoas. But let's have a look at the next tank, because there's even more here. We'll come over, and we've got some hammers here, still just opening up because the lights have only just come on this morning, but I couldn't help but take the opportunity to bring the camera around before things got hectic. Have a look at some of the colours in here while they're still opening. We've got reverses, we've got limes, we've got golds, we've got some very bright ones there, some even more solid golds. Look at the yellows on these guys up here.
Yeah, some nice buttercups in there, and it's a bit unfortunate these lights above us are a bit yellow, so they're going to affect them a little bit, but yeah, once these come out, nice buttercups, and the colours, like I say, if we had the time to feed them and put your aminos in and whatnot, they're stunning, and
Really bring the peak of them out.
yeah, we often sell things to stores that will keep our stuff for 2 months and easily triple, 5 times the value of it.
Get them in and colour them right up, and then sell for even more.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Fantastic. You've got some other pretty crazy things in here. We've got some tube anemone down there, and
Yeah.
those things are always weird. You got a couple of few tube anemones there.
Yeah, we had a couple more. Yeah, so we've got a nice orange one here.
Yeah, he is pretty. Have a look at that guy there. Beautiful piece. It's a big size unit too. They feel so weird, those. How do you go about collecting them out in the wild there?
They're usually in rock. We sort of we have like a time limit where we'll sort of have a quick assessment of how deep it is. Same thing with carpet anemones, and we'll sort of gauge, this is going to take 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and anything over sort of 20 minutes, we just got to sort of leave it and put a price and be like, it's not worth it. We'll keep collecting, because your time on the water is very valuable. So.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I just find I've only had to pick a tube anemone up a couple of times, and it just felt like a paper mache balloon of custard or something like that. They're just the awkwardest thing to handle.
You really have to dig them out. And on the granite reefs that we're talking pure granite bedrock.
Wow.
And they might be 40 centimetres down, so...
Full on.
Yeah, you get a really nice bright pink one.
Yep.
And in Australia, we get good money because obviously we don't have the import. So
Yes.
it's worthwhile, if we can get, if we talk retail, $400 for a real bright pink one,
Yes.
it's worthwhile.
Yeah, exactly.
But, we couldn't be selling them to America when they're getting
No, they get access to inverts a bit cheaper than we do here.
Yeah,
but,
they're very lucky in that sense. That's for
we
sure.
make up for it with some of these ridiculous corals that
Yep.
obviously not as easily found elsewhere. Well, that's fantastic. Can you tell us anything more about the facility or future plans for Reef Candy or anything like that?
Future plans. What have we got going on?
We just sort of thinking about plans for the future and stuff, and sort of forgot that we already touched on it at the start there, which is the content creation. And we want to sort of delve into filming actually, specific types of corals. You might see like an ultra wholesaler or an ultra gonny, and then even offering that to like a good member base or whatever to our company or our business or whatever. And then that way, when someone comes around to a tank, they go, they see a nice coral or whatever, just adds a story to it. You can check out where it comes from. And
Definitely.
even if it's not the specific coral, where that coral comes from, and you get an understanding of the environment that these corals come from.
See the exact reef it's been collected from.
Exactly. And good reefers, they can provide a really nice environment too for the corals, where they can prosper and thrive.
Yeah, that's awesome. Such a unique opportunity to show an end-to-end. It's almost like farm to plate style thing for corals. It's a crazy thing, which I think would take off like wildfire. So I'm keen to see that content creator, and I'm sure if everyone else would like to see something like that, be sure to comment below, and make sure you jump on the Reef Candy socials and check out those streams so you can see some of the stuff, and make sure you put some comments and likes on those videos so that we can encourage Jake to get out there and keep those videos coming.
Yeah. The more support that it gets, the more I get enthusiastic about it, and I commend it, because it's a pretty unforgiving thing. You know, it's being a collector and stuff and doing video editing and stuff, as you would know, Sam. It's just there's a lot of unappreciated time that goes into it and stuff. And all it takes sometimes is a like and a comment
exactly.
And it just gives you that food up. You're like, wow, someone likes what I'm putting out there. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, we look forward to those videos. So please do get that GoPro on there when you're collecting those crazy pieces, and we'll be sure to share those footages on this channel so you can keep up to date with some of these crazy collection locations. No, that's fantastic. Well, thank you so much for taking us through the corals you got here, giving us a bit of an insight into what goes behind some of the collection of these corals, and I'll be sure to put the links to your content on the collection, because the footage you've been putting out, it's incredible, and I find myself captivated by what it is you go through just so that I can pop into my local fish shop and put a little gem in my tank. So keep doing the great work. We appreciate it. And
appreciate your video. Thank you, Sam, and thanks guys for watching.
Cheers. Bye. All right, guys, there you have it. That is the interview with Jake Gill from Reef Candy. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed filming it, because Jake is collecting some of the coolest corals out there. And the fact that he goes to the effort to take his camera along and showcase where some of these pieces are collected from is absolutely mind-blowing. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, be sure to give it a like here and jump on over to Jake's socials, The Epic of Gill. Both on TikTok and on YouTube, you can see all the footage there. And if you give him a little like and a comment and a follow, I'm sure he'll keep it up. So please do take the opportunity to jump over there and support Jake making these videos possible for all of us enthusiasts. Now, I will wrap the video up there, but don't fear, I've got so much more content coming from Reef Stock. I took the opportunity to interview most of the vendors there. I didn't quite get to them all, but I do have some really cool content coming. So if you're yet to subscribe, please consider doing so. It takes 2 seconds of your time, costs no money whatsoever, and I assure you, you'll learn a good thing or two about this hobby from the interviews I had over the following weekend. Other than that, guys, I will leave things there. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, stay safe, keep reefing.